Exodus chapter 37. Hi, I'm Lydia, and I'm currently reading the entire Bible, chapter by chapter, day by day, until I get to the end of it. I started in James, got the majority of the way through Exodus, and then just I was waning. I couldn't do it anymore. There were so many laws, so I took a break. So many instructions, rather. I took a break, went to Joshua, just finished that book recently, and I've hopped back to Exodus to finish it off. So if you're seeing this as I post, then you're part of the movement back into the Pentateuch, so that's fun. Anyway, let's get into it. Exodus chapter 37. We've got 3 chapters to go after this. The Ark. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood, of course, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. He overlaid it with pure gold, both inside and out, and made a gold moulding around it. He cast 4 gold rings for it, and fastened them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then he made poles of acacia wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it. He made the atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. Then he made 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. He made 1 cherub on one end and the second cherub on the other. At the 2 ends he made them of one piece with the cover. The cherubim had their wings spread upward, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim faced each other, looking toward the cover. The table. They made the table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, 1 cubit wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Then they overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold moulding around it. They also made around it a rim a handbreadth wide, and put a gold moulding on the rim. They cast 4 gold rings for the table and fastened them to the 4 corners, where the 4 legs were. The rings were put close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. The poles for carrying the table were made of acacia wood and were overlaid with gold. And they made from pure gold the articles for the table, its plates and dishes and bowls and its pitchers for the pouring out of drink offerings. The lampstand. They made the lampstand of pure gold and hammered it out, base and shaft. Its flower-like cups, buds, and blossoms were of one piece with it. 6 branches extended from the sides of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms were on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and the same for all 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand were 4 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds and blossoms. 1 bud was under the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand, a second bud under the second pair, and a third bud under the third pair, 6 branches in all. The buds and the branches were all of one piece with the lampstand, hammered out of pure gold. They made its 7 lamps, as well as its wick trimmers and trays of pure gold. They made the lampstand and all its accessories from 1 talent of pure gold. The altar of incense. They made the altar of incense out of acacia wood. It was square, 1 cubit long and 1 cubit wide, and 2 cubits high, its horns of one piece with it. They overlaid the top and all the sides and the horns with pure gold, and he made a gold moulding around it. They made 2 gold rings below the moulding, 2 on opposite sides, to hold the poles used to carry it. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. They also made the sacred anointing oil and the pure, fragrant incense, the work of a perfumer. The altar of burnt offering. They built the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. That's even the next chapter. Hey, spoiler alert. Anyway, thank you so much I just got into the zone. Thank you so much for joining me today and for reading the Bible with me and for pouring into your own relationship with God. This is great stuff and I'm very happy for you. I pray that God blesses you abundantly today and tomorrow in case I do not post, but I do plan on posting, so God willing, I will see you there. And I'm pre-recording the rest of Exodus because I know that I'll get into a slump a chapter before the end. So I should be posting tomorrow, God willing. Anywho, if you'd like to watch these videos in a clearer order, you can do so by checking out my YouTube channel, which is linked to my TikTok bio, if that's where you are. There are omnibus playlists with every chapter which I've covered, from James to this part of Exodus, and the entire book of Joshua as just a little fun side thing. And then if we hop back, eventually, we'll finish Exodus, more or less. It's a bit of a zigzag, but it's okay. Because there are also playlists dedicated to each book of the Bible which I've read. So if you wanted to read all of Exodus in a couple of days when it's done, then there's a playlist for that. If you wanted to read all of Joshua, there's a playlist for that. Same as Revelation, First John, 2 John, and then First Peter, 2 Peter, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. Every book which I've covered has its own playlist, and I have playlists of all of those same things in French and Spanish, which are not my first language by any means, but I learnt them in school a few years ago, and I decided I didn't want to lose that skill, so here I am, back again. Guess who's back again? Lydia's back. Tell a friend. So if you can speak those languages, please, please, please have mercy on me. Like, it's been a while. This is my practice, and by God's grace, I am getting better, but it takes time. Anyway, God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.